This is Bennett Davison with EuroHooplife again podcast. We're here with Steve Coffey. We're going to be talking about his experience in France. He's played there about 5 years, so he's had some good experiences, some bad experiences. Today, he's going to share a good experience with you. How are you doing today, Steve?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Outstanding. Just kind of get this thing started off right. What country did you play in? What team? What was the city name? What year was it? Tell me a little bit about a little bit more details on that.
Okay, I played for a team called Pont cheruy from 2016 to 2017. It's a tiny little town, about 4,000 or 5,000 people, but it's about 20 minutes from Lyon, which is the second biggest city in all of France. So it was good in the sense that you had a nice little community where everybody knew each other. I'd go to the store, go get bread or something, and I'd see people I knew and talk to them in the streets. And the fact that you're 20 minutes from the large city, you could go to the movies, you could go hang out with your friends, go to a restaurant or whatever. It was best of both worlds. We had a small little gym, probably put 1,400 people in it. It was just packed out every game, which was nice. It was always loud because everybody would come to watch them on weekends. It was a nice little experience for the year. We had the goal of moving up a division, which is the reason why I went to go sign there to help them move up. Unfortunately, we lost in the playoffs at the buzzer in game 3. So tough way to end the year, but it was a great experience.
And how long did you play there? 1 season, 2?
1 season.
Okay. Little bit digging into the situation. Obviously, we just had a conversation about a different team over in Eastern France that just didn't turn out too well, just with finances and kind of getting the whole season structured. But tell me a little bit about the contract. Did you receive all your money? Were the team facilities, if you got injured, did you feel like you had the physical rehabilitation facilities at your whim that they took care of?
So the facilities were not, top notch in terms of being brand new. Part of the goal was if we were to move up to the next division, they were going to redo the whole gym, put a new floor in, redo everything. So at the time I was there, it was still a work in progress. The good news, we had a physiotherapist and osteotherapist, I think it's called, at every practice. So anytime someone got hurt or needed something, we had people who were always there for us. Medical attention was, always there. If we needed a doctor's visit or get an X-ray, MRI, whatever, that was always immediately done for us.
Okay.
They took care of us in terms of, injuries. Pay was always on time, no problems. 5th of the month, no questions asked.
No financial problems, any issues that you'd had with other teams?
No issues there. It was a great year in terms of just professionalism and not having any problems.
And you would say that if a team or a player or a wife was offered a contract there, you would feel comfortable in saying that, yeah, just a couple of years ago, everything was running smoothly. It was a great situation. May not have been the best city living situation because of a small town, but I played in a small town of probably 20, 30,000 in Slovenia. And just that whole vibe of just this close-knit community where you go have coffee with the community every single morning, right down the street from the gym and stuff. So you recommend this to other future players?
I would. The president is the one, him and the coach had called me that summer about signing. He was very involved within the whole process. As soon as I signed, my flights were taken care of. I wasn't waiting around wondering what was going to happen. He showed me the apartment before I signed, so I knew what the living space was going to be like. It wasn't a surprise when I got there. I knew what was to expect. So the organization was top notch. He has a lot of ambition. He moved up to the top division within a couple of years. Right now they're in 2nd place, 1 game out of 1st.
Okay.
A guy from Dallas has actually signed there this year that I know about. So which is pretty interesting. Small world being from Dallas. I know you're also from Dallas.
Yeah.
So I would recommend it. They take care of their people there. They have a lot of goals. They don't settle for just being average. They want the best. It's an organization that would recommend.
Yeah, and that's what EuroHooplife wants to be able to do, is give players a voice. So thank you for sharing your time, sharing your stories, because, each year you never know what experience you're going to be experiencing throughout that season, whether you're going to sit there and the holiday is going to happen to fall on every single payday, or the guy who is supposed to pay your money, have your money for you, just happens to be out of town. you hear all the different excuses. So, Steve, thank you for sharing your great experience over with the team in France. Any other comments that you have about this team?
I know one of my teammates broke his foot. He was out for 3 months, just to show, how much they take care of him. He was still being paid. There was no issues with that. He had his doctor's visits weekly, making sure that he'd get back on time. Not always the case with situations. People like to hold money sometimes or put pressure on you to come back before you're ready. And they let him, rehab until he was back, and he came back and he was ready to go, and a big part in helping us reach the playoffs. So
awesome. Well, thank you, Steve. EuroHooplife here, giving players a voice. Reach out to us if you have any comments. Subscribe to us on the EuroHooplife podcast. Just go to YouTube and click on subscribe. Steve, thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you for your time.